Hi, this is Nick with Bandkind, and in moments, we'll be talking with Micah Tyler. Hope you stay with us at bandkind.com. We'll hear the story about Ben Roethlisberger of the Pittsburg Steelers connecting with Micah Tyler long before the Different t-shirt collaboration. T-shirts are available at thedifferentshirt.com. Micah Tyler.
How are you?
Hey. Hi, I'm Nick at Bandkind, and I'm so grateful to welcome Micah Tyler here with me. Hi, Micah. I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm so pumped to be somewhere. Thanks for having me.
So you're coming at us from the Mercy Me tour right now. You're preparing for a show tonight.
I'm in the place where everybody else is setting things up. My job's done for now. I don't go on for a few hours. I'm just enjoying this beautiful dressing room in Toledo, Ohio.
Well, the last time I saw you, you were on tour with Jeremy Camp, and that's been a minute ago. And we were saying that was in 2018. Your first encounter with Ben Roethlisberger was at a show in 2019. Now, that's been a little while before this Different shirt has come out.
Back in 2019, I got to meet Ben at his show. He's awesome. We have a mutual friend who's actually in a small group with him at his church. Our mutual friend, we've been friends for years, and she reached out and said, hey, we want to get some tickets to Pittsburgh. I was like, absolutely. So they came to the show. It was a Mercy Me and Crowder show back in 2019.
Wow.
And after the show was over with,
show, by the way.
It was an amazing tour to be a part of. And so anyways, it was over with. So he wants to come and meet everybody. So we go backstage and we're all kind of hanging. And I talked to him during the show for a bit. And anyways, after the show was over, we ended up going to his house, which was just unbelievable. He was so nice. And so we got to hang.
Okay, listen. After the show, you went to Ben Roethlisberger's house.
We did. Which again was like one of those things where I just kept going, like, I'm just walking around just going like this the whole time. Just going like, because I'm a huge sports fan growing up. And it was amazing. He was, like I said, I can't even begin to tell you how kind he was, how nice he was. But like, he's inviting us to his house and they've got a meal there for us. Like, it's just amazing. And I'm going like, well, what do you give to a professional athlete who has won Super Bowls and like all this? I'm going like, I've got merch. So I gave him some of my shirts and hats for his family. He's got 3 kiddos. So I gave him some hats and some shirts. And one of them was this green Different shirt that we gave to him. Fast forward through a pandemic and everything else, 2021 comes around. The football season's about to start. And all of a sudden, my phone blows up one day. And I'm going, what in the world? I'm getting all these texts being like, why is Ben Roethlisberger wearing your shirt to training camp? And I'm going, what are you talking about? I'm being sent ESPN links. Like they're doing it on SportsCenter, on every major sports outlet. Is Ben Roethlisberger walking into the first day of training camp for the season wearing a shirt that says Different. And people are trying to read into it all kinds of things. Saying like, they're going like, oh, it's a different kind of season. He's a different kind of quarterback. It's going to be a different kind of year. So we finally connected and I talked to him a couple days later. And I said, hey, can I ask you the question that everybody has asked me so far? Why did you pull out a 2-year-old t-shirt and wear that to the first day of training camp? He said, can I be honest with you? I don't know. He said, I had on a different shirt and I was about to walk, no pun intended. I had on another shirt. I was about to walk out of the house and I thought, I think I want to wear something else. Goes back to his closet, sees the shirt and goes, you know what? I want to be different this year. I want to step in there and do something. So he throws a shirt on, not knowing what was about to happen. And so anyways, then people start sharing on all these sports outlets that it's based on a Christian song by an artist named Micah Tyler. So this was a shirt that we were about to retire. Like we were about to put this shirt away and not use it anymore. And I was like, we got to print more now because people are buying these shirts. We had people ordering it from all over the country. And so I'm going, this is such an amazing opportunity. But I don't want to give someone a shirt. Like, what if we were able to do something more with this? So I connected with Ben and said, hey, what if we reached out and tried to impact some other lives with these shirts? And he loved it. He was way on board for it. He's like, as long as they hear the gospel and know that we're trying to do something more than just sell a shirt, he said, I'm in. So we partnered up for this Different shirt campaign. And it's been neat being able to help out some less fortunate there in Pittsburgh.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And I wanted to mention that shirts are available.
Thedifferentshirt.com.
Thedifferentshirt.com.
Because people have been really excited to partner with this. And so Light of Life, which is it's been a ministry in Pittsburgh for years now that have reached out to the homeless community and they feed them meals, they house them, they help them with job opportunities, all that kind of stuff. They have a program where you can provide a meal for a homeless person for that day. And so I reached out to Ben and I said, hey, I think this would be a great thing. I'm going to partner up with it. I said, for every shirt, let's give a meal away. He said, that sounds great. Calls me back a little bit later and goes, hey, I talked to my wife. We're going to match every meal with another meal. So now every time that you get a meal, then it feeds two people that day, or it feeds one person 2 meals a day, however you want to look at it.
Right.
But it's been great. We've been able to provide over 3,000 meals so far, which has been amazing. And so I think we're kind of just getting started on some of this stuff, which is good. It's been fun.
That is amazing. I love how it's all unfolded. And yet, like you said, we just want to be
different people, make a difference. Number one, God's caused our hearts to be made different whenever we know him. We went dead to alive. We went from having this old heart, to be this new creation, right? But also we all have different stories to tell. Like God has crafted us, not just our fingerprints or where we grew up, our skin color, there's so many things that can separate us. But at the same time, if we can all come together to be able to make a difference in someone else's life, like that's where we get to really exemplify the difference that Jesus made on the inside of us. And what's really neat too about like God just kind of mending things together that we didn't know were coming. About 2 weeks before Ben wore this shirt, my wife texted me and just said, I just found Seth in his room crying, our 8-year-old. I'm going, oh my gosh, what's wrong with him? She said, well, earlier today, we drove by and they were leaving the kids' school. We live about 25 minutes from our school. And so they were driving home from school and they saw this overpass and there were some homeless people under the bridge. And she just he just started asking, he goes, what are these people do they just hang out here all day? And my wife goes, no, buddy, this is where they live right here. This is kind of their, it's a covering for them. They can kind of be safe here. And he goes, oh, well, do they where do they go to get something for food? And she goes, well, there's shelters around, that kind of thing. He's just asking questions. Well, that night, this horrible storm rolls in. And it's just thundering and lightning. And it's kind of this crazy flash flood warning kind of deal. And she's like, where's Seth at? And she finds him in his room. And he's crying. And she thinks that he's afraid of the storm. She goes, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Like, we're in the house. We're safe right now. And he goes, but what about the people under the bridge? And he was just so heartbroken about these people that are, 25 minutes from us. That don't have a place to go. Luckily, there's some great shelters here in Southeast Texas where I live. And so we decided to be able to try to find an opportunity for us to maybe partner up with some of those local missions in our area. And then when this opportunity came up, Light of Life is doing such an amazing job partnering with the homeless citizens of Pittsburgh to help them out in their needs. It just kind of felt like God was already. So the person who I was most excited about telling about this campaign was my son, Seth. And he was just, so he asked me all the time, like, how many people have we fed today? Like, he's just so pumped about it. It's been the sweetest thing. It's been awesome. So it's been a blessing for our family too, because God was already changing an 8-year-old's heart to kind of see the world around him a little bit different. And also he can see now how we're able to make a difference because of, great people who are supporting a great cause.
I'm Ben Roethlisberger.
And I'm Micah Tyler.
I play football.
And I play music.
Even though our lives are very different, it doesn't mean we can't come together to make a difference.
Ben and I are partnering with Light of Life Rescue Mission, an organization that is reaching out to shelter, feed, clothe, and help homeless citizens all over Pittsburgh.
We are selling limited edition black and gold shirts that say different, based on one of my favorite Micah Tyler songs.
And here's the best part. For every shirt that you buy, we are donating a meal to Light of Life.
And my family and I are going to match each meal with another meal.
So if you want to join us and make a difference, go to thedifferentshirt.com to grab a shirt and to help our homeless brothers and sisters all over Pittsburgh.
I believe there are so many different people that can make a difference.
So go to thedifferentshirt.com to grab your shirt today and help us make a difference.
Wow.
God is both on the mountaintops, in the valleys, walking alongside of us. And so I'm just trying to write songs from mountaintops and valleys and hope that somewhere in between, I'm able to tell people that there's still hope in Jesus and that he can help them through whatever they're walking in.
Amen. Micah Tyler, you can connect with him at micahtyler.com. Micahtyler.com has a link to all his socials, and also check out thedifferentshirt.com. And woo, that's Micah Tyler right
Let's go.
There.
Come on.
Thank you so much for being here with
Absolutely.
us.
Hey,
So
thanks for having me. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Nick at Bandkind. You can find out more at micahtyler.com and follow him on his socials. Also, for that Ben Roethlisberger and Micah Tyler t-shirt that is providing meals to people in need in Pittsburgh, visit thedifferentshirt.com. And a shout out to Light of Life Executive Director, Reverend Jarrell Gilliam. Light of Life is doing an incredible work in Pittsburgh. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining our community. Bandkind is a community that plays, supports, and loves music. Visit bandkind.com for the full spectrum of our interviews with artists and industry professionals who play music, support music, and love music. Bandkind.com.